Okay, this is going to be the chart if you guys want to make one. Basically, this is going to be the sine wave. You're going to find that in everything. Everything from micro to macro. From sound waves to this path of the sun as it's observed from our material view. And that was a key right there if you think about it, but that's for another time. But this is that broad way, of course, that path of destruction. Of course, we got the broad way. Where at? New York City. So, guess who's coming to dinner? Exactly right. Guess who's coming to dinner? Right on to the Broadway. Just like the fractal should say. Because guess what? New York, second cup. Commercial Babylon, Big Apple. You know what I'm saying? And here we have exactly what Jesus Christ told us, which is now concerning this narrow path, and then the broad way, which is now absolutely 100% connected to what I told you guys about the second cup, aka New York, New York, give unto her double, the Big Apple. And of course, as that's connected to Golgotha, City of the Deads. If you don't understand that, watch the Two Witnesses series on my playlist and watch like the last 3 or 4 videos and you'll see it. You're going to find out that we just have shown another dimension of exactly what I've been showing you guys, that the path of the serpent for him to arrive is going to be in New York City. Now, that doesn't mean that there's going to be an actual serpent for you guys that just don't seem to get this understanding of the symbolism. It's not an actual serpent, just like this ain't an actual serpent. Right? We're supposed to see this thing. We're supposed to see the signs in the sun, the moon, and the stars. And here's the signs that Jesus Christ was talking about. Right there. And if you are doubting at this point any longer here, you are in denial. Because time is so short, you don't really realize what's going on here. So anyway, now this is going to be what's known also as the water line. And we got all that's talked about, all about in Genesis, the same way, dividing the waters from above and the waters below. Yup, fractal grows. It's real, folks. It's real, all right? So this is what you'd want to draw, okay? Keep an equal spacing here with your arches, something directly in the center, and then of course we got this one position right there, which would be our 0 degrees. But of course that's the path of the sun, and then that's the true path that the sun takes, and this is the path that it looks like it takes as we observe it. Now, the key here to understand is that we're on the straight and narrow path, but that doesn't mean that we are following a line. Guess what? You bring the line with you. Yep, because of your observation from Earth is dependent upon where you stand. It's your observation of how you see it. So when the angle changes, you change with it. Guess what? Observation does, still connected to Jesus Christ. Guess what? You can advance and grow. You can become educated. You can get out of tradition because you can experience a perception and a dimensionality and an observation that is entirely stimulating and new all the time, and not be bound on a line of tradition. Instead, you're free to follow your own line with Jesus Christ as your guide. And I hope that you understand that. And if you don't, I'll come back and explain further. But let's see if I can get, you'll just have to pause some of this stuff and just copy it as you see it. This line here is showing us the angle.